So today it's going to be a table tutorial for a Money Folks table. First off, I got myself two sheets of compressed styrofoam, which you can get at any hobby market for about €3.60. I put it together so that I know around where the edges and the table should be. In this case, it's I think 90 by 90. So I take the tape measure out, pin the edge of the tape measure inside the foam. Then I get the tape measure again, make the line with a pencil. Then I get my knife out and again make a deep incision where the line goes, and then you can basically just break it off. And you do the same for the other side. Then you put those two sides together and make sure that you have your PVR glue ready. Glue them together and make sure that the line, which is where the two pieces come together, is filled up with PVR glue, and then let it dry. So after the PVA glue is hard, you turn over the whole table, and then you get a few strips of leftover material, which I have more or enough left of, and then do it crisscross over the table so that you have a firmer ground. A strong back that you can rest upon. Otherwise you will pick it up, and where you have the seam it will just flip over and break off. So with the lower segment again to it makes sure that it sticks that way, stays that way, and that you actually can transport it as well when needed. So now my PVR glue is dry. I'm going to sand it down. Make sure you use a type of mask or something, because it has had a hell of a lot of stuff lying around. Why am I going to sand it? First, to make the seam a little bit less on the far end of the table, and then when the styrofoam is cut, there's always a hard top layer, and by sanding it, it gets smooth, and you can really make easy incisions in there without breaking the styrofoam. So now for the most annoying task of all, I got myself four big synthetic brushes, which don't cost a lot. I think all of them together cost about €10. I pulled out all the hairs. In this case I actually burned them out. I then smoothed the edges a little bit with a file. And then you have four sizes, four, middle, smaller and smallest. You start off with the biggest, and then you go to the next, the smaller one, smallest, and then again in a circular pattern you're going to go around all of the edges and slowly go bigger and bigger and bigger, making sure that you have enough that you basically fill up the holes where the bigger doesn't really meet each other, those you will fill up with the smaller and smallest. This is a painful process. I have no idea how you can actually make it go faster or make it go easier, but again, here comes the sanding again as well around the corner, because if it's smooth you can easily easily rotate it in, so you don't have to press it in, which basically doesn't break your top of the styrofoam and you get bad looking cracks. However, I didn't sand it all the way completely over, so that you have a sort of a realistic sign, because in normal some stones or things will be broken or will be damaged or whatever. So if you have a nick in it or it goes bad at some point, it doesn't matter. Even pick a stone out, it doesn't really matter at that point. It just adds to the realism. So after 5.5 hours, this is the finished result. So now I'm going to seal the table off. That means I will get some PVA glue and then a lot of water. I will mix it, I think, about 75% water, 25% PVA glue. You can make it a little bit thicker, like 40-ish percent. Add water, mix it together, and then just start rubbing it over the table. It doesn't really matter how thick it is, since it's really thin down. There won't be a lot of clumping or clawing going around. This is done because I'm going to spray can the tables, or spray the tables with GW spray can or army paint or whatever it's what you brand you use. But since it's alcoholic based, it will eat up the table, so the table will basically vaporize. So that's why we seal it off, and you do the whole table.